my work from the 21 Secrets workshops, and as you can see, it's already starting to fall apart, but it had ever such lovely paper. So I decided, and I think I probably need to turn this around so that you can see as I go. I tore out a bunch of paper. This was Beyond Dior's workshop, and the first picture that I did, sorry about that, let me see if you can still see this. Yep. This was Sparkle Arkle, and this is the first picture, and we were supposed to cover it up completely, and I loved it so much, couldn't bear to, I hope you can see the sparkle on that. You can still see some of the print showing through. So I decided not to cover it up, to paint another one. And this is the next one that I painted. Again, you can see bits of stuff through, and you can see some of the sparkle. And again, I couldn't bring myself to cover it up, and so I did a third one, and I forced myself to cover it up. And I really like it. It has gilding, it has jewels, it has texture all over the place. I don't think you can see much of the printing through anymore, but I decided that it needed an illuminated letter, and so I put that in there. And that was Sparkle Arkle's first project. This is Sparkle Arkle's second project, which was the spider web. I couldn't find my bleach, and so I just drew the lines with white acrylic ink and then went over them with glitter, and then threw a few sparkles on them to look like dewdrops. And I really like the way you can still see printing sort of through the page. Then I went on to the watercolor playground, and this was just the blending page, and then I went to a Splash Ink workshop and won a stencil from Julie Faye Van Valter, so I decided to put the stencil over it. The next page is the word bubbles, and I really like that. She suggested that we really should use watercolor paper, and I know I should have, but I'm happy with the way it came out. Then this was the stripes, and I didn't cover the words underneath up enough, and you couldn't read the captions here well enough, so I colored them in a little bit. And then I did another one because I really quite liked the way that looked. Again, I didn't cover the words up enough. I think I should have covered them more with gesso in order to have it show up a little better. This is the watercolor playground page where you just put all your watercolors and words, enjoy, fun, play, and color them in. And that one I'm happy with the amount of the words that show through the background. And then I did a page with all the techniques. I covered up the words a little better with gesso before I covered them, and I'm very happy. This is a look I really like. On to the next workshop, which was a combination of jump-in puddles and words as your muse. And so jump-in puddles, you just cut out everything you want from magazine pages and slap it down, and words as your muse, you make up a little story to go with your pictures. That was the first project. This was the second one for the same thing, jump-in puddles and words as your muse, and I did a little more background writing on that. This one I don't think is quite finished. I still think it needs a little bit more, but I'll worry about that later. And I went back to the Sparkle Arkle, and put a little shine on that one. And now I'm ready to try another one. And that's about it for now. One of the things I particularly liked from Beyond Dior's workshops was that she covered her pages' edges in masking tape, and then when you pull them off, you get a very neat picture because the edges aren't all messy and sloppy. So that's it for now. Now, okay, this is where we left off last time, and I added a little bit more to this page. It has a little more glitter, some dimensional elements, and I think now it's finished. Then the next page, which is a little bit awkward here.
Just bring this in and set it up. I'll level it.
And that pretty much finishes off as far as we've got with that now. Okay, next we'll look through the things that I made from Kate Crane's workshop. I put them in a box, so I haven't labeled it yet. This was the journal soup, and the first one has the envelope, and I've just got some little fortune cookie things and other things that are saved in there. And another project. Has some sparkle from Sparkle-Arkle. I love this one. This is the clear plastic packaging with the words captured in between. Another one. I don't know, there's not much resemblance to the lesson, but it actually did spring from that. There's another one. This is three-dimensional. I could write on the back of that. The three angels, but they're kitties instead. This one has a lot of Sparkle-Arkle in it. It had glitter and a little bit of, I don't know if you can see it here, gilding over some glue that was applied with a piece of bubble wrap. This was leftovers from the Go Green workshop, and again with some more Sparkle-Arkle. I think you can see the glittery paint and things. And last but not least, another one that was leftovers. This was the center out of a roll of masking tape and a bunch of Sparkle-Arkle things. And the rest is just pages that I have in there waiting to be used. And I'll just keep them in here, and eventually I may put them on a journal page. But it's fun to just look through the box. I feel really badly that I took these things pretty much out of order. The very first workshop I did was Ray Missigman's Go Green, which is something that I've recycled for years and years and years, and believe strongly. Use it if you've got it. Don't go out and buy it. So this is the book that I made. It was an old book, and I'm using the interior of it for so many things. The front, the middle, the back. It has coffee sleeves made into a dragonfly, old tickets, a rose that I made out of a page from a math book in a foreign language. This is ruffle from used paper towels, paint chips, old fabric, leftovers from trading, artist trading cards and things. The ends that I cut off the sponges after they get hard and I've used them. These are some handmade beads, a tag, an old key, since we've just moved. This is a used paint sponge that got hard, so I cut it up to use that. This is the inside out of, I think, a coffee can seal. I don't know if you can see it in the sparkle. And a lot of gesso, onion bags, other kinds of things. And the inside of the book is my work table paper, which you can see one of them under here in progress, and the back of it. And then I decided I took the pages from the book and gessoed them because I'll journal on them, but I had a lot of deli paper pages from my jelly plate, and they're a little bit thin, and so I decided that what I would do would be sandwich each of the deli paper pages in between an old book page, and that would give me a lot of leeway for when I'm journaling. I can carry the theme over or just use that page as inspiration or glue on it and so on. And so the entire book is full of deli paper pages that have been printed on a jelly plate. And I'm very pleased with it. I like the pages. I like the way it looks. And it's going to be, I think, one of my favorite journals. And it's a good thing I did it before I broke my wrist, because I wouldn't have been able to do it right now. So I'm going to work my way through the rest of the videos as I heal, and ones that require two hands will be last.